This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast. Betsy.
Marcy.
I'm very excited about our guest today.
I am so stoked. I'm so stoked.
It's like many things, a friendly face that I haven't seen in a long time.
Right. Which that's like a huge part of it too. I'm just like, I'm so excited to just see friends and stuff.
Also, I was just bragging about how I am an early super fan of this person. Screamed it in his face many times. We have a television writer, host, co-host, or how do you say that? What do you say? Host of, yeah, I'm just going to say host of Culture Kings, Edgar Momplaisir.
Now Jaquise is going to be very upset with me because he's like, you didn't say co-host. No, he doesn't care.
Well,
he doesn't listen to anything that I'm on.
Do you think he just scans the first like 90 seconds of every podcast you guest on to be like, he better say my name?
Better say co-host.
Is that what you say? Like, would Betsy and I be like, I guess we do co-host it, but
I usually just say, yeah, I host with. But yeah, I guess co-host.
I say I host with.
Yeah, let's get into this part. This is where it matters.
This is why I'm here. Semantics, man.
And then, Edgar, you heard me back off your name, right? I was like, ooh, I just asked it. I know it. Oh, damn.
You knew it. You just got to, look, it's just like, you just got to believe in yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather a white person confidently ruin my name than you know what I mean? Like, than like, be like, is it Edgar? But like, you didn't do that. That's what I'm saying. You were like, I know it, and you pushed through.
Yeah, I was like, I know this, but because we were just talking about it. Like, I have a French last name too, so like, and I probably don't pronounce it like the French person who was in France who decided they need to explore themselves and do something different. But yeah, it's like a regional dialect of French too. So you're like, who knows? Somebody said it weird one day, and then they're like,
French is wild too, because there's a lot of letters that they don't say.
Or they
they don't pronounce the last letter, the last consonant of a word.
Yeah, and if there's
something.
unless there's an e after it, they don't pronounce less.
Is it consonant? Is that what it is?
I
don't
know. A vowel and a consonant. I was like, oh shit, my brain was like, we don't know.
And I was like, I think it's a continent, man.
If they do like IQ, I wish someone would have really known how this pandemic was going to play out. One, so that people wouldn't die. Two, so that we could take IQ tests before and after.
Dude, a couple of weeks ago, I was a little drunk, and I took an online IQ test.
28.
Just because I was like, this would be fun and weird. It was fun and weird, and there was some very hard shit. I was just like, my mind just doesn't think that way.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like, I'm okay with being bad at math. I'm okay with not knowing anything about science. But the fact that there are some words that I get wrong is a problem, because words are literally my job. Like, it's like, that's my job.
Yep. Moments when I'm reading and just like, wait, do I know how to read this? It's like, that's all I do is read stuff and have to know how to say it.
Oh, yes. Also, like you were saying in like the writer's room, I work with some people, some Ivy League or Ivy League adjacent. And those people with their words. Is your room like that? Are they like so smart?
You know what? There's a couple of people who are like that. Like, it's not very Ivy League adjacent, I think, because of the nature of what the show is. But there are those people. There are the people who make fun of you for not knowing a certain word, and I feel so bad. And I just feel, I mean, but it is my fault. because I do say a lot of words wrong. What was a word that I didn't? I think, you know, like how everyone kind of has their room bit to like survive.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is my go-to joke. I definitely fall into the I'm very stupid, which is very weird because I feel like my improv is the opposite of that, which is like, look how smart I am. Isn't it crazy that a black man could be that smart?
That's the unusual every scene.
Yeah, when I was Edgar's coach, I'd be like, okay, I see the game. The game was what? I'm being escorted off the premises. I think I do this stupid bit too because it's safe.
Yes.
You're like,
yeah, set the bar low too, so that when you do know something, they're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
I've been doing that bit my whole life, so it's pretty sweet.
But I have definitely screamed in someone's face that I didn't have rich parents like you did. About like, I was like, I went to public school, so what?
Yeah, it's so like, you know, like it's definitely like an access thing, and like. I think another thing with that is like money stuff. Like they were talking about condos and I was just like, oh, like how much is a condo? Like 80 grand. And it was like, you stupid fucking idiot, 80 grand. And I'm like, I don't know shit. This is the most money I've ever made in my life.
Also,
right.
I mean, maybe 80 grand is a little low, but I'm sure there are places where for like, I bet that's not crazy in all of the United States. I bet there is a place where...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel you could buy like a mansion for 80 grand somewhere in like Iowa.
A haunted one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's haunted for sure, but...
I mean, a fun thing I do because I don't have the money yet, but I keep being like, any day now I'm about to get super rich. This is how Trump got elected, guys, because of that thought mentality. But I'll be like, okay, what's a nice, like if I wanted a house that's nice in LA, I'll go and like look for like what that would be. And it's too expensive. It's out of my range right now. But then I'll be like, let's take that number and go put it somewhere in like Tennessee or Georgia and see what kind of house comes up.
You'll buy a whole town.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy to compare like what we're paying for rent is what people are paying their mortgages like back home.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And all that stuff. Like, yeah, especially like where I'm from, the border of Mexico and Texas. With what I'm making now, I could own a home.
Yeah.
We're just bragging, guys. We're just bragging that we're like lower middle class by choice. Like I truly like when I got my first writing job, bragged so much about being middle class. I was like,
I remember that when you got it and you're like, Betsy, I think I'm middle class now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too proud.
But it was weird to like think about like when like everyone was like, well, the Biden plan, they're going to tax people who make more than $400K a year. And I was like, well, I'm not one of those people, but maybe in 2 years I might be. Like it was like, it's a very weird thing to think about.
I also like looked at one of those things and it's like, it like the difference was like $7,000 for over 400. And I was like, at that point, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'll be okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, we're just talking. Hopefully, wait, what day will this come out? It's going to come out on this is going to come out on election day.
Oh, shit.
Guys, it's too late to mail. Do not mail your ballots.
Listen to us. Do not mail them in.
At this point, you
Go in person.
You literally have to drop them off in person. You can do that, though, still.
Yeah,
hopefully, unless you're listening to this too late.
Yeah, if you listen to this the day after. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Stressful time of century.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stressful time of century. All right, let's not talk about that stuff anymore because that's too scary. We're going to talk about ghost stuff now. Or not. So we always start by asking our guests, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
Yeah, you know, that's a tough question for me because I was raised extremely religious. I was raised in this religion called Seventh-day Adventism, which their beliefs about the dead are pretty strong in that the dead know nothing. So they don't believe like when you die, you go immediately to heaven. They think when you're dead, you're dead. And then when Jesus comes back, he's going to wake everybody up. You know, as an adult, when I start talking about this shit, I'm just like, man, what the fuck was I doing? But
you were being a child and thinking that the older people knew something.
Yeah. But yeah, they think when you die, you die. So like, you know, I think like that always kind of made funerals hard as a kid. Cause I was just like, wait, he's not anywhere. And they're like, no, he's dead. And like, so yeah, when Jesus comes back, he'll wake everybody up and then he'll make us all watch a videotape of everything we've ever done. And then he'll be like, oh, so now we all know who's going and who's not. Cause y'all seen what y'all did. So y'all know who's good. Like,
That's
oh shit, that's scary.
That's harsh. And also my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The idea is that, like, you know, there are angels who are recording everything that you do. So as a kid, I was afraid of something that was extraterrestrial, but what it was angels. As a kid, every night I would pray to God asking, please don't let an angel come visit me. Because that was terrifying.
That seems backwards.
That does seem backwards. It feels like it should be like evil things are videotaping you.
You didn't want to snitch. You were like, please keep the snitches out of my bedroom.
Well, they sound so terrifying. Like they're like these like big beings that look like humans, but they have these big wings and like,
yeah.
I don't know. I was so terrified of the concept of an angel visiting me.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
They're described very scary in the Bible.
Yes.
And then portrayed as very sweet little precious moments in knickknacks.
In little ceramic beans.
Oh man, that really does like scare me. The idea that you'll die and then nothing happens until one day Jesus jolts you awake and like interrogates you with evidence.
Especially in front of everybody.
The entire, and so that's like when I think like when I started thinking about that concept, that's when I stopped believing, because I was just like, if there's like, how many people do we think have ever lived?
Right.
And you tell me I'm gonna sit there and watch all those tapes? Like that?
Oh, you have to sit through it all like a graduation ceremony?
Yeah.
That's really,
like,
I don't know that that's heaven.
Maybe it's just like the greatest hits of you being shitty or something.
Like, if you've seen the Albert Brooks movie, Defending Your Life.
I haven't. Is that a good one?
I haven't either.
Oh, wow. You should watch it because it's essentially, we got Meryl Streep in there. Great.
Great.
Albert Brooks loves to, he's self-deprecating humor. Gonna love that.
Gonna love that.
He dies unexpectedly, like in his 40s or 30s, whatever. They're always like, when I watch movies from the 80s, I'm like, whew, 30 looks old as hell.
They all look like they're 59.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching The Graduate and I was like, how old is Dustin Hoffman?
I mean, he was too old to play that part for sure. Like that, they were like, gonna hire a young kid. They're like, he's so good though, right?
He's good. Give it to him.
So you go to heaven, and one thing, it's great, or not heaven, you go to the place before heaven, and it's set up like a convention center in like Orlando, and you can eat whatever you want. Everything is great. Like you don't like, there's anything you want is there. And then you have to go to like basically like a session where you watch your life, and then you have to go in front of a judge and defend the choices that you made.
Oof.
And like do you feel proud of that? And if you do, like, explain yourself.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No.
I don't know. I guess it's just like there's certain choices that like it's just like, yeah, I made this because I had such a limited amount of information, or like like, I mean, to like, go back to like a UCB thing, like my Herald team at the time, we were pretty like wildly, out of chemistry, I'd say, or like
Which one? The last one, or the
one that you coached?
Yeah.
The one that
Yeah.
like we and then I look at the context of like, imagine getting your first year on Herald and then Donald Trump becomes president. So all of a sudden you feel like this weird, awkward pressure to do political humor, but also no one wants to hear political humor. And then...
and you're like, I'm kind of new to performing in front of people.
Exactly.
And everybody's in a bad mood all the time.
Wait, Edgar, I just remembered how much I was like, you have to talk louder. You have to talk louder.
Yeah. I would I would also have this problem where you're facing sideways. Like I constantly would be in scenes like this. Just try
to move to the smallest, darkest corner of the stage and turn your back to the audience and say something really smart that no one could hear.
Yep, that was me. So I'm like, imagine like all of that with the already added pressure of, like you said, being new to the whole thing. Like, of course we were all mean and awful to each other and couldn't trust each other. So like the idea that I would have to defend some of my actions in that moment without considering all of that context seems completely unfair.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, like, the moment is only the moment. Like that's not the, hopefully the final
overall
way. Yeah. That there will be some sort of like, if we are lucky enough to get there, a resolution with any people. Like I assume that's what the point of life is. If there is
that's
one.
That's what I thought.
It's to
shit.
Yeah. To be like, let's see if we can come out of this not being angry and hateful.
Yeah. If we can grow from this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
learn some lessons.
Or at least, it's nice to have a goal in whatever you do for yourself personally. Like even back in comedy, like when I was my last Herald team, I was like a little bored by doing the Herald at that point. So I was like, I'll make it fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't care if I get negative notes. I'm going to do what I want.
Hey, man.
I was like,
Yeah, and I think you're right because it's like, like now, I think especially with this pandemic, a couple of us reached out to each other and I'm very proud to say, like, I don't have beef with anyone on that team except for one person, Matt Apodaca. I think he's a scummy human being. I think he's absolutely awful, but...
Fuck him, dude.
Oh, look at my stupid tattoos. Aren't I adorkable? Get out of here.
But no, I think you're 100% right. Like the moment is the moment. And it's about, finding that resolution. And isn't that kind of like what ghosts are? Is like people who never did resolve stuff. So they're just hanging around. It
does seem to be that if you had
a lot of situations,
that is the best reason to like talk it out with people, to be like, what if you rehash this for eternity?
Oh, yes. Right. You have to hunt Stinky Franklin. Oh no.
I was on a team that didn't get a fair shot.
Oh gosh, yeah. When it comes to like the Judgment Day thing that you were talking about, I just hope that God's like, I am busy and I don't care about the small stuff.
Yeah. Right.
I'm
just
busy.
The big stuff.
I'm just busy, you guys. So you grew up really religious, and then at what point in your life do you think you decided that's too hard for me?
Yeah, the religion thing kind of stepped off in high school because of a couple of major decisions. I moved from New York City to the border of Mexico, McAllen, Texas. And like I started going to public school, so learned about evolution. And I was just like, wait, you don't think we come from monkeys? That's not what you're saying. It's actually way more complex than that. Like, like just stuff like that. Cause like, I went to Christian school my whole life and specifically Adventist school. So I was reading science from the context of Adventism. So, being able to go to school and learn about other things. And then also my cousin, like in a very weird Fresh Prince of Bel-Air situation, moved in with us. And he like would go to church and they would treat him differently because he wasn't baptized. And I was like, well, that's not right. Like, that's kind of weird. So I stopped, kind of fucking around with that. Now, that being said, back to your earlier question of like, do I believe in this stuff? I guess like ghost and all of that, no, but there is a line I won't cross that I do believe in and I won't even engage. And we kind of talked about this over email, but it's like Haitian voodoo is like the one thing that I'm just like, that's real. Like, and I don't engage with it whatsoever, even as like a joking thing, or like if someone's just like, hey, you want to play with these dolls? I'm like, no, I don't think that's funny. Because it terrifies me. And it's why I've never been to Haiti. And I'm not sure if I'll ever go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, I wish someone would have put it to me like that, because when I was in high school and college, I loved to go to Bourbon Street and then go to the Marie Laveau's House of Voodoo. And I was just like, ooh, this is all so cool and neat and stuff. And then, but not really thinking about like, oh, you're a kid and don't know shit. And maybe you shouldn't be touching all these things.
You might open up some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, please. You go.
I was just gonna ask you, like, what is your like you never lived in Haiti, so you've never been, right? So
I've never been, no. But my mom would like tell me stories at night, which I think she thought was entertaining. And now as an adult, and I'm seeing how I treat my dog, pretty sure it was just her being passive aggressive and be like, "Oh, you stupid ass kids, let me tell you some shit that's gonna fuck you up." But
this'll put you to sleep.
Yeah. But they would just talk about like, the power of voodoo and all these different things. Like I remember my dad telling me that I remember we were like walking down the street in New York and we found money on the floor and we were about to pick it up and he's like, "Don't pick that up." And we're like, "Why?" And it's like, because voodoo doctors would leave money around in Haiti that were cursed, and then if you touched it, things would happen to you. Like magic things would happen to you. Those were some of the things that they would tell us. And I remember the big thing was the poison, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this poison. I think it comes from pufferfish, or blowfish. But like, it's a poison that you drink it looks like you die. So everyone buries you. Mm-hmm. And then the voodoo doctor comes back and gives you the antidote and you come back to life. And you're a zombie slave to that voodoo doctor forever.
I remember when those stories were going around about like in other countries, someone would just like blow a powder in your face and like you would become a zombie. Yeah. So like your family, like for all intents and purposes, you have no heart rate or anything like that. You're not breathing. They think you're dead, but you're not dead, actually. I think it's kind of like similar to the poison that Juliet takes in Romeo and Juliet.
Right. That's so scary.
Yeah.
I now don't want to pick up money either. That freaks me out. Like, no.
Like when you said that, I was like, oh, are these like things that people would tell someone else to keep them like honest? Like, don't pick up other people's money. They may have lost it and want to go back for it. Or like what is the reasoning? Like, that's what I always think, like, because I grew up Catholic, and it's like there's a reason behind some of this stuff. Like even like in Judaism, like with like you can't eat certain things. It's like, well, because you're likely to get sick because they didn't have
with
ways.
The temperature.
Yeah. And like, so maybe it's like, oh, don't pick up money because you don't want to take someone else's money. But then like, don't die. Don't go. What do you do? Go, like, you got to really watch the body. Like, what is, like, I can't even think of like, what's the like, what's the lesson in that? Or
right. Exactly. What's the fable moral of the story?
Is it chaos magic or something like that?
That was like all of my parents' stories. I remember one time we watched Little Mermaid and my dad was just like, "Oh, mermaids are real." And we're like, "What? Really?" And he's like, "Absolutely. They eat people who sleep on the beach."
Okay, I'll never fall asleep on the beach.
He was just like, yeah, mermaids, they eat sailors. And like, I don't know, they would tell me these crazy stories that it honestly just made me never, ever want to go to Haiti.
Oh,
but
no.
like, it seemed like magic was just so real there.
Yeah.
And the idea, and I think you're right, Marcy, that a lot of them were connected to some sort of like moral lesson. Like I remember there was one that my mom told me, and I don't know if they're fables because the way my mom tells them to me was like she was like witnessing them. Whoa. So there was one where there was like a rich girl in the town, or she wasn't rich, but like she was better off than a lot of the other people in the town. And there was a homeless man and he loved her and he was just like, "I want to marry you." And she was like, "I would rather marry a dog." And the homeless man was very offended by this and walked away. And then my mom tells me that woman got married like a few years later, and her and husband had this big wedding and all this stuff, and they go on this honeymoon, and the husband becomes very, very ill and like can't like, get out of bed and all this stuff. And then like his nose starts running and it won't stop running. And then he became like super hairy. And then one day he became a dog. And it was because the homeless man cursed her and said, fine, you want to marry a dog? You're going to marry a dog. So then now her husband was a dog. And my mom would tell us these stories, not like, and that's just some stuff she would tell us these stories of like, these are facts.
And she's like, what? And I went to high school with her. I know her. She graduated in my class. Mm-hmm.
I went to that wedding and he's a dog. He's a dog. Whoa.
No, my brain's broken. I was like, that doesn't sound so bad. You have a dog husband?
I want to marry a dog.
I used to say if I ever have a child, I hope it's like a French bulldog. I literally want to give birth to a French bulldog.
That would be so wild, Marcy.
I think for me, it's just like, think about like the time you've cut someone off and you've like yelled at them or anything like that. The idea that person could have a power to just like fuck up your life after that is what terrifies me.
But that kind of thinking is everywhere though, because even like, because I'm listen to a lot of podcasts about paranormal stuff, and I was listening to like one called Psychic Teachers, and she even says like, if you have aspirations for something, like don't tell other people because they can think negative thoughts about it even without realizing it and like block you, which is like such a bad thing to think about because actors and writers, like this industry is already like that, like don't even say if you're doing a thing, because then they might even like, maybe they just don't want you to leave them, so they'll be like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen because I hope they can still be my friend, like. And I was like, that's fucked. That's like but like that's I feel like the same sort of thing of like, don't, like, you got to be so guarded because anybody could fuck you up at any time.
And their energy can mess you up. Ooh.
That's all. So, for me, it's like that stuff is like, that's where I draw the line. It's like, I don't mess with that stuff. Like, I never played Bloody Mary as a kid. I never played the Knock Knock game because
what's a Knock Knock game?
Where it's like the one where you're like, are you here? Like, you're like talking to the ghost and you go like, are you here? If you're here, knock once for yes, knock twice. The shit that you see in like movies that white girls do at slumber parties. Is that?
I mean, Betsy and I not very long ago did Bloody Mary.
We did Bloody Mary. And we were in Austin.
We did Bloody Mary. But you wouldn't do that stuff, like.
It terrifies me. It terrifies me. A friend of mine recently asked me to get my tarot. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
My tarot's read, and I have the email sitting in my inbox unopened because I'm too afraid to open it.
Right.
I mean, I get it, especially if you're like, if the thinking is, if any of this stuff can happen and be real,
then others.
Someone can turn me into a dog then. Like, it opens up the world of possibilities, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And I don't want to think about those possibilities, man. Like, I don't want to think about the fact that if a voodoo doctor's walking around in Haiti with a dog, that was somebody's husband. Like, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, I think that's the part that's hard for me to wrap my head around. Be like, but why? But why that? Like,
because she was rude to that guy. He didn't want to marry her, which I understand now. She wasn't rude. She has her choice to marry who she wants to marry. Like, my mom was definitely enforcing some sexist ideals into my head. But
also, I mean, even if like this person, like, you want her, I guess she was going to take care of him. That really feels the balance of power is all out of whack there.
Right?
It's what? So is that one of the worst stories your mom told you as a kid?
I mean, now another one is coming to mind where she told me about, and this is the mix of the two. This is the voodoo and the Adventism coming together. Where she told me that one time this Adventist kid did have, like, the poison, and the family buried him and all this stuff, and the voodoo doctor went to wake him up. And see, even now telling the story, I'm like getting really uncomfortable. But
I'm sorry.
the voodoo doctor went to the grave. The idea of these things are real freaks me out. But the voodoo doctor went to the grave and he saw someone sitting on the grave. And he was just like waiting for the person to leave. The person refused to leave. And so the voodoo doctor was like, excuse me, I'm going to do my thing. And the person was just like, you can't do that to this body. And the voodoo doctor's just like trying to do a spell on the guy. The guy wouldn't leave. Then the guy stood up super tall and had a sword of fire and said, this person is protected. And the voodoo doctor tried to do his magic and the guy sliced the voodoo doctor's face and said, you can't do anything with this body. This body is protected. And my mom said, that story is real because that voodoo doctor later became an Adventist pastor.
You're like,
he learned his lesson and went full in the other way.
And you're like, Mom, he infiltrated. He's getting his revenge from the inside.
Whoa, so that the dude with the fire sword is like an angel?
An angel. And again, I'd rather see that voodoo doctor than ever see that angel. That's so scary.
This is why the description is bad, because that you want the biggest guy, like, you know, like if you were gonna fight in school once in elementary, I was like, I'm gonna fight and I need a group of friends to fight with me, and you want the biggest people, the toughest looking people to come with you. The fight was really fizzled out. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Were any punches thrown? Did it ever get physical? Or was
I made the boys do it, and I was like, I'm not being a part of this. You know, I've had the same personality my entire life. It's, you know,
this is too much work. I won't deal with
this. If you guys would like to go be my guest, but yeah, like you know, you want the big scary angel on your side. Oh God, that story gave me very big chills.
Fucked me up. Even just the idea of someone sitting on a grave is so scary to me. Just chilling on a grave.
But what's weird about that story is the part that freaks us out is that someone was protecting the body from a voodoo doctor, and we go, oh, poor voodoo doctor. He was just trying to get his body.
Yeah, he just needed his zombie body. Come on.
Oh man. I think I've told on this podcast before, but I can't. I wish I could remember the way my grandfather told it, and my dad is only like, too many people in my family have died who would actually be able to tell the story of my grandfather like paying a voodoo doctor to like there was supposed to be some money buried somewhere in a cemetery, and he like paid a voodoo doctor to help him find it. But then like while they were in the cemetery, like black smoke started coming out of the grave, and then he was like, I gotta get out of here. So my grandfather and his friend just like hightailed it out of there. And that's a story I remember hearing, but I could have it all wrong. No one in my family's listening. It's fine. It's my dad's dad, who was a Frenchman. Well, no, he wasn't. He was born in the U.S. But he was like, and then he never fucked with that stuff again. He was like, no, it's not for us.
No, it's not, man. It's like these, like, you know, especially when you think about the idea that it was. But then, okay, then my mind goes the other way of like, is that fear that I have? Is that apprehension that I have? Just white supremacy, like deeply enrooted in me? And is there some sort of like, you know, African mysticism there that is just about being connected with nature, being connected with the dead, being connected with the spirits and all that? But that scares me. And I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, I believe that. But if we poisoning people, I don't know what about that I'm supposed to like. Well, I don't know.
If you only hear the stories of how scary it is, and not that like maybe this person was a healer, and that they like, if you never get to hear that like someone a mother went there with a sick child and this person was able to heal them, like, then yeah, and that probably you're right that like, I don't know who started the Seventh-day Adventist church, but I'm sure it probably had some colonizers up in the mix, right?
I mean, it's like it's basically its entire model. Like, you know, it started in the 1800s in America, back when, you know, Coachella was like a bunch of young kids going to a tent and being like, oh shit, Jesus. And like, So that's like, I think Mormonism also came out around then, and a lot of like American Protestant churches. So it's around from that era. But yeah, like its whole model is going out into third world countries and converting people. So you're right. There is like this like colonization to it, which is interesting because my mom grew up Catholic, and I didn't know this, but a lot of Haitian Catholicism has a lot of that mysticism mixed into it. Like they're entwined in a way that Adventism isn't.
Yeah, that's New Orleans has a lot of that, where it's like you'll see the idols will be the same in Catholicism and the voodoo religion. And that's why I was like, it can, I guess it can be bad, but I've also like heard like people were like, you're gonna help me do something, right? That's a thing. And that's why I was like looking for the moral of the story before, because I'm like, the moral always is if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, something bad happens.
Something bad happens. Yeah.
She was rude, and then her husband turned into a dog. Like, it wasn't like she was just like, hey, I thought about it. I don't know if I can financially be in this relationship with you because, I don't have a job either because of like, the way that gender dynamics are here in Haiti. So like, yeah, you're right. There is always a moral to the story. And yeah, it also does tie back to like a lot of these scary ghost things and stuff like that, especially when you think about like a play like what's that famous Arthur Miller play? The Crucible.
Oh, Crucible.
Where it's like everyone's just like, oh, that black witch was doing everything, when it was just like, nah, it was probably the bread that everyone was eating was making everyone freak out.
It's like that weird pollen that like makes people fucking hallucinate.
Yeah. So like, how much of that is just white fear about things that they don't understand?
Yeah.
So much.
Oh man.
So much of it.
Also, I just want to know why the homeless guy couldn't use his powers for good.
Get himself some money.
Like on himself. Exactly. Like,
yeah.
hey man, you do a little something for yourself.
Spiff yourself up or something. Get yourself a nice
Not just
suit.
revenge. That can't help. That might make you feel good for like 5 minutes, but come on.
No, when you see her walking that dog around, you feel good every time.
Actually, yeah, never mind. Perfect. Maybe he had one thing he could do. He's like, gets one spell, one curse, and he's like, okay, this was the one.
He's like, and then later he's like, I regret it because I could have used it on something else, but
right.
Oh boy, yeah, that story, about the angel or whatever. That got the chills with that.
Me too.
There's a lot of stories like that you hear in Adventism of like, people in car accidents or people about to get mugged, and they'll see like, an angel will come in and like fight the mugger and stuff. Like, I would hear those stories all the time, and I would just be like, I'm good, man. Let me get mugged. Let me get like, it's scary to me. Like, it's scary to me. I remember one time someone told me like, there was a story like in this magazine that we would get called Guide, which was like this Adventist teen magazine, and
Cool.
And someone like got like their car tire blew out or something like that, and these bright lights were behind them, and they thought the person was an officer, and it helped them with their car putting it together, and they drove off, and they called the department to like thank the officer. And the person was like, oh, we don't have any police officers in that area. And obviously it was like, it was an angel. And I was like, I hope to God it wasn't. I hope to God it was a guy with bright lights on his car. Because that's terrifying that there's an angel going around doing shit like that.
Especially like Angel being like, no, yeah, I'm a cop. Where it's like, just be like, I'm a nice person. Like, that's so much less scary than being like, no, I'm a cop.
I mean,
like, it's Zodiac.
There was a time when people thought cops were good, so that might have been like,
oh, that's true. Maybe they're like, oh yeah, people like cops. Okay, great. I'll do that.
Yeah, and I assume that the person writing the story was definitely white. Like, I don't imagine that there were a lot of black kids writing into Guide magazine.
Yeah, I mean, is it the thought of, wait, I'm just trying to like distill it down to be like, is it because angels are scary, but what if they present as a human that you would be like, that person seems nice, but then you find out later that was an angel?
Look, I got a Bible story for that, right? So you got Lot. Do you guys know the story of Lot? He lived in Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was just chilling. And, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah was a town where people would get their freak on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They get their freak on with anything.
Hell yeah.
And then these two dudes come through, and they're angels. And I guess Lot was just like, I like these guys. He couldn't tell why he liked them. And he's like, I like these guys. I'm going to invite them over. And then all of a sudden, he could tell that they were angels. And he's like, all right, cool. I'm going to invite these angels for dinner. And then the people of Sodom and Gomorrah came through, and it's like, yo, I don't know what it is about these two dudes, but they seem like something we've never fucked before. And we want to fuck these two guys. And
yeah, hell yeah.
Lot was like, this is in the Bible. And Lot is like, nah, man, I can't let y'all do that. Y'all can fuck anybody else. Y'all can fuck my daughters. Like, y'all just can't fuck these two dudes. Like, these two dudes. And then they're like, nah, we want to fuck these two dudes. And the angels were so repulsed by this. Yeah, they told God, and it's like, yo, God, these angels are trying to fuck us, and they like got upset that they couldn't fuck. So then God's like, all right, I'm gonna burn the whole shit down. I'm just gonna burn down the two cities, and Lot like has to leave with his family, and the angels tell him, when you're leaving, don't look back. That's the rule. You can't look back. Mm-hmm. And his wife, for whatever reason, looks back, which is a completely normal thing to do while something's burning to fuck behind you, and she turns into salt.
Oh.
And everyone thinks that that's the worst part of the story, but that's not the worst part of the story. It continues. Him and his daughters are hiding out in a cave, and the daughters are just like, well, all our potential suitors are all burnt up. We need to have some kids. So they get Lot drunk, and they sleep with him so that he can impregnate them.
No, and the
That's
angels
all
are like,
came
cool,
from two
man.
angels visiting you.
Cool,
They
man.
fucked up your whole life. Exactly. It's like, I don't need that energy. I don't need that power around me.
I don't need that energy.
Whoa, yeah, because in my Bible, the angels are down to fuck, man. Right? And get fucked. Like, the angels are down to get fucking railed.
What if Betsy just bursts into flames right now?
I would say, I told y'all.
Again, I think it boils down to snitching, right? That's just an angel snitching.
Right.
They just stay
right.
snitching.
Oh,
Angels
God.
are snitches.
Yeah, I have heard that story before, but I think I made it into 3 different things instead of all one. That's like a hat on a hat there, you know? It's too many
It's
things.
a lot going on in that story.
That's a real Lifetime movie, you know? The plot's going this way, all of a sudden takes a sharp left turn. It is a different movie.
Right? Yep. Like, but I just wanted an evil babysitter, and now, like, they're fucking their dad? What is this? Come on.
I think the moral of that story is, like, leave well enough alone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like you're fucking everybody in the city. You need to fuck these two guys.
Or maybe they didn't want to, and that's okay. They can just go back where they came from.
Yes.
Why are these two guys wandering around together anyway? Like, what are you trying to hide?
Exactly.
What are y'all doing? What'd you do? I guess they're angels. They're just wandering around trying to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Just being nosy, being a bunch of, I guess they're Karens, right? That's what they are. They're like,
They are, and they're too powerful. They seem to have their own agenda outside of God as well. Like, you know, like the fact that Satan was an angel and just could be like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I want to be the king of the underworld. That's crazy to me that that's an option. That's crazy to me that that's an option.
I mean, we've talked about the legend of the jinn, right? That when God made man, he told the jinn and the angels, you must bow to man. That's my creation. I made him in my, what does he say? I made him in my, not
image.
Honor, inner image, not honor, image.
Yeah.
My IQ. And
Take
then
the test, man.
the angels are like, okay, fine. And then the jinn were like, no, those people are bad. They do bad stuff. They're no good. And we can prove it. And God was like, well, you can't be on my earth. You got to go to the underworld. And they're like, okay, but we're going to prove it. He's like, fine, prove it if you can. You got however many years, a million years to prove it. And they're like, okay, we're going to show you they're bad. And so like, that's like their version, or like a version of like what a demon would be. But that's why they can come up and like screw with people and they like look like humans. and they're like very seductive and sexy, but they're not necessarily bad. They're just trying to like show the truth, like to be like, they're not good, we'll show you. And then in their little underworld, they're like also have like families and nice, and they have a good old time, and not all of them want to get involved with us. So
Right. Oh, that's sweet.
yeah. So, but that's what that makes me think of. Is like, yeah, was it an angel, or was it something else?
Right.
Or
how about I just don't know. I don't want to deal with any of it. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Jesus. I don't want to see an angel. I don't want to see none of it. Demons, Jen. What do you call Jen? I don't want to see them.
yeah, you just want to.
I'll see Jennifer. I won't see Jen.
Well, guess what? That's just a sexy Jen. Okay, she's sexy. She's trying to seduce you.
Sexy Jen.
She's trying to seduce you, and then you're gonna get it. That's how you get. That's how they got you.
Edgar, what are your thoughts on aliens?
Yes.
Like, do you believe them? Are you scared of them? I'm scared of them.
I am scared of them. I think that they're incredibly likely. That's my understanding. I think it's incredibly narcissistic to think that we're the only species. And just like when you think about the fact of what we've done, it does kind of feel like somebody's fucking with us to be like, yo, let's just pick this random species and make them way more advanced than all the other ones on this planet. Like, it feels like a game that I play on PlayStation myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it. So I'm of the opinion that there is other life forms, and perhaps we're just not at a level where we can interact with them or communicate with them.
Yep.
Or maybe it's even worse. Maybe we're the most advanced ones, and all the other ones are very stupid, but it's like, I don't know.
I have a feeling that's not the case.
But wouldn't it be sad if it was, if the aliens finally got here and they're like, damn, y'all are the smart ones?
Yeah. Ah, crap, man.
You're like, stop hitting yourself in the head. Stop it, guys. They're like, yeah, we're dying race. And I'm like, no, if you stop injuring yourself, you guys can make it. You don't need us. You got all the way here.
Yeah, that's farther than us. Come on.
Yeah, because this is a year where we've had a lot of like declassified information go out, being like, yeah, there's UFOs. What do you want, guys? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just stop paying attention to
It's
this
the
other
perfect time to send that stuff out because everybody's freaking out about every other thing.
Yeah.
Yes. It kind of went under the radar. I remember that 51 raid also kind of went under the radar and all of that stuff. But it's like, yeah, I think you're right. Like, the government basically confirmed, like, yeah, there's some shit that we don't know about, but we were too busy freaking out about COVID and a whole bunch of other things that to even focus on that. No, I 100% think that they're real.
Yeah, the only person that's really doing the due diligence is like the guy from Blink 182. He's like really digging into that stuff, Tom DeLonge, and he's like,
Tom DeLonge.
I'm gonna figure this out for you guys, and then we're gonna party.
Out with them. I'm down. I would party with Tom DeLonge and a bunch of aliens in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
But he still only talks about conspiracy theories, even with the aliens present, though.
Fair enough. I hope he only sings it. I hope that's the only way the aliens talk to him and he talks to them.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Do you have any other stories you want to share with us that are I don't want to dredge up all your childhood trauma, too.
Yeah, what else fucked you up, man?
The last one that I remember is one that I heard. I was a part of this group. So, like, Adventism, like, is very specific and has, like, their own, like, they like to keep everything in-house to make sure that you're not affected by the world. So we had our own Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts called Pathfinders.
Whoa.
And I remember one time we went on a Pathfinders trip. It was a long drive, and we were telling our director, he was driving the van, tell us a spooky story, tell us a spooky story. He's like, I don't have any spooky stories. So like, tell us a spooky story. And he told us this one story that I think about a lot, where a lot of his friends started getting into, like, you know, Native American mysticism and like started messing around with like stones and all that stuff. And he said that it drove a couple of them crazy to the point that one of them like figured out how to use the power of their mind to like electrically charge things. And one of them could start lifting chairs with their mind. But the cost of getting that ability was going insane, becoming suicidal, becoming very violent. And so like that was like another thing that I was just like, no. I don't want to know anything about this. I don't want to deal with this, because I do believe that like these things can be possible. Like I 100% think that ghosts are real. Like I 100% think like it's possible to force these things, only because like they're also talked about in the Bible. Like I think the reason maybe why, you know, God's like, the dead don't know anything, he's like, this is the best option for y'all. I've seen how y'all handle stuff. Let's just let them be dead. Let's just let them be dead. And we can do things to change that. But I don't think it's things that our minds can even handle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be like if we were to take a cell phone and put it in the 1800s, I feel like the results would be catastrophic.
Yes.
Like, because it's like, you guys aren't ready to handle this right now.
They would kill that person.
It's been like a steady kind of earning us having a computer in our pocket versus like, oh, you're still like, cutting people's arms off, being like, that'll solve a fever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it would be, it would be.
And we've seen it. We've seen when we've gotten technology too fast. I think we got the nuke too fast. Like, I'm like, we didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. We got the nuclear bomb and we're just like, let's just use it on people. And it's like, that was the worst use of nuclear power ever. Like, so I think like, you know, hearing that story and hearing like that he saw these people being able to lift chairs and do all these things, but like they cost them their mind. It was because it's knowledge that we aren't in the right headspace for. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Because I think there's sorry, please.
No, I was just saying, I agree with that totally. That like, if it's not yours, you don't know about it, so you shouldn't be messing with it. Yeah,
because the ancient folks, if I could sound all crazy, is like I think they did that stuff and they messed with that stuff because they had a respect for it. Mm-hmm. It wasn't an intrigue out of being like, ooh, this sounds cool or whatever. There was a respect for it. There was an understanding of it. And, you know, thanks to like, you know, the Europeanization of the world, like we've lost a lot of that connection. And I don't think we can just jump into it immediately. I think we have to rebuild that respect, rebuild that communication, rebuild that language, and then we can start messing with it. But I think the idea of like turning it into like fun games, like the knock knock game or anything like that, is just like, we're messing with stuff that we don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Whoa.
You don't know whose door you're knocking on.
No, you don't know who you're asking. You don't know what you're asking to come into your room. You just don't.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
I feel that way about everything, too. Like, recently, my neighbor, someone walked by and threw their trash in our trash cans. And she was like, did she just do that with us standing here? And I was like, you know what? It's been a rough year. Let's just let her have it. And maybe
let her have it.
Just let her have it. And also, we don't know. She did just walk by, look at us, and do that. She may not be someone we want to engage with.
Right.
And that's how I feel about everything else. Just like, you know what? We may not want to engage with this right now.
Yeah. And there are ways that we're slowly, like, I think like vision boards and all that stuff is a way for us to like kind of slowly tap into that stuff again. And like, if we can understand that, be like, oh, energy's a thing. I wonder if energy can be like, I think as long as we're coming from it with like a respect and positivity, it'll be possible. I don't know. It seems like spiritualism is making a comeback in some sort of way.
Right. And I think these people who are psychics and connected are like on their way to understanding it, especially because I feel they do respect it and stuff. And like, there are a couple of humans who are kind of moving up to figure something out.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. I'm staying low. But
I'm staying low. I'm good. Yeah. Keep the angels out. Keep the voodoo out. I'm
gonna hang back here and just see how everyone else does it.
Yeah, I'll watch. I'll see what's going on.
Everything Edgar's talked about, I've been like, maybe I dabbled in that a little bit. Maybe curiosity has gotten the best of me. I have a friend that has talked enough about crystals, about how like white people don't need to be having them. I'm like, well, I guess I could give them to somebody else, or maybe plant them back in the earth or something. I didn't know what I didn't know. You didn't know what you didn't know. So do you have any time to listen to a story with us from a listener?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to pull one up.
Hi, Marcy and Betsy. So I think this is really just a story of sleep paralysis, but I remember this so vividly, and it had to be about 15 years ago at this point, but it was just so creepy and so scary. But all my life I feel like I felt the presence of when there's spirits around or ghosts or whatever you want to call it. But I think it's something that I've always really tried to block out. Like, I do not want to receive it because it just sort of scares me so much. But this one night when I was in college, I was just I was just very freaked out. Like, the whole night I was just on edge and stressed and anxious, and I couldn't sleep. I kept falling asleep and waking up, and it just felt like the longest night ever. And at one point I opened my eyes, my eyes just opened, and next to my bed was a very tall, thin man, and he was dressed in clothes of a colonial woman, but shitty clothes. Like, if someone present day was dressing up as a colonial woman for Halloween, and he had this weird blonde wig on, and everything was just sort of haphazard, and he looked at me. We made eye contact. He bent over and took a drink of the water, cup of water that I had on my nightstand, and stood back up, and I just shut my eyes really quickly, and then opened them again at some point, and I slept with my lights on for the rest of the night. But I still remember it so vividly. It was so freaking creepy. And I honestly really just try to not receive things like that. And that's the only time in my entire life that I have had a moment of sleep paralysis. So that's it. Creepy.
Okay.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck, man?
Is she a theater kid or something like that? Is that I don't know. The skeptical Edgar comes in when he doesn't want to be scared.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it was so bizarre, though. I don't even know if fear is the right word. If my brain could say, all right, let's put together someone in my room to scare me, he's going to be a real thin man. But here's a twist. He's dressed in colonial clothing for a woman. And he's got a wig on. I just
but it's
feel
a crunchy wig.
Yeah,
it's so
it is
weird.
old. Yeah, that's just a lot of stuff for her brain to conceive of, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess our brains are very strange. So
yeah, that's true. Ooh, him bending down to sip from the water is so fucked up.
Yeah.
This really blew my mind, man. This is so weird.
I guess for me, it's you can't dream new things, right? That's a thing. Everything that you dream is something that you've already seen before. So for me, I'm what is she putting together? What information? See, I'm going with dream because I just don't look. If that's what angels look like, then I was right all along. They're not worth seeing. I don't want to see them. But what ghost is that? Who got murdered looking like that?
Right.
It's a reenactor who really wanted. He's please let me be a soldier this time. They're no, Dale.
No, you're good at being a witch.
Yeah, that's who you are.
Come on.
And then one of the guns had a bullet in it, and it Brandon Lee, and he, yeah.
Because she said he didn't look like he was from those times.
Right.
She made that very clear.
Yeah.
It was just his outfit.
Yeah, he was cosplay.
Did he die recently?
I maybe he died at Comic-Con.
maybe he was like, he tried doing drag for the first time. And
he was bad.
Got booed off stage and died.
It's really bad. He was so bad the audience turned on him, and then that was that.
A very aggressive ball where it's just like, if you're bad, we'll kill you at the end.
He lost a Halloween costume contest.
You did terrible. We will slay now. Your throat with our knives.
That was
whoa. That's bonkers, and I love it.
Yeah, either very strange ghost or brains are weirder than we know.
Which brains are so weird, man.
It's so weird.
Brains are
because dreams are they're always kind of like that, right? Or it's just like it'll be like a Herald audition, but for some reason it'll be in Gelson's, and you'll be like, wait, what? You know what I mean? You'll see everyone that you would see, but for some reason they're all in Gelson's. It's always something like that, where it's everything feels right except for one thing is just a little bit off.
Yes.
It's like you have storage bins where you're like, okay, this is some things are in this one, but let's just throw it on the floor and see what we can do with it.
Yes, yeah.
Pick it all up and go nuts with it, brain. Oh, man. This is really fun, Edgar. So good to see you and talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, look, I want to be very clear that I don't think that I believe in the paranormal. I choose not to engage.
I love it.
You're putting the word out for all the paranormal things listening. Just so
yeah, I don't disrespect y'all. I respect y'all so much. I think what y'all do is incredible. It's just, you know what I mean? I think everything you guys do is fantastic. I'm a big fan of yours, but much like The Crown, I just don't think it's for me, and so I don't mess with it. I think it's great. It's clearly good. It's just not for me.
It's working for y'all. You get a lot of people talking about it.
A lot of people talking about it.
A lot of buzz.
See me get nominated every year. It's just not for me.
Just has taken me multiple times to get through the pilot. I can't handle it, but good job, everyone.
Yeah,
good job.
The pilot of my mother scaring me. That was it. That's all.
Yeah.
I love that. Tell everyone where they can check out your work.
Yeah, you can check me out at Awfulgram on Instagram, at Edgar Momplaisir on Twitter. Check out Culture Kings, available anywhere you get your podcasts. And, if you're bored, you could check out The Wokest on Stitcher Premium. I think you use code WOKEIST. See, that's how long it's been since I've ever even promoted that podcast. But yeah, you can check that out. It's a month for free. I would just jam out on that and anything else you can, and then just cancel it. That's my advice to everyone.
Absolutely.
Perfect advice. Perfect advice.
All right. Thank you so much, Edgar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're losing it.
We're losing it. That was I enjoyed talking to Edgar so much.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah.
He said so many said so many things and had such a perspective that I haven't really heard much of.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind.
I tell you, so we're recording this part a day after we spoke with Edgar, and I went to bed last night thinking about that angel thing and how I don't know, it totally flipped my mind upside down.
Dude, me too. Me too.
Well, I told you before we started that I have an update from something I said while we were interviewing Edgar.
Whoa, I'm excited.
I told the story about my grandfather and the I think the voodoo priest in the cemetery in New Orleans. Well, it wasn't my grandfather. It was my great grandfather. I talked to my dad this morning to be like, do you remember this? And he was like, yes, that was my grandfather, your papa's dad.
Whoa.
And he was because my grandfather was born in the U.S., but he comes from France. So
your great grandfather.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's the lineage so he's from south of France. Anyway, so I have always conflated him with my grandfather when he was young. But it's just because of the way my dad told stories, and I heard them as like my grandfather as a child.
Like, so my grandfather.
Exactly. As a stupid little kid.
Yamara's kid Reagan, when she was really little, her dad lived in Miami. And so she would be like, I'm going to Urami. Because he would be like, I'm in Miami. And so she's like, well, okay, I'm going to Urami.
Urami. That's so cute.
It's so cute.
So not only is the update that it was my great grandfather that, was searching for treasure in a cemetery and then kind of got maybe bamboozled a little bit, but my dad said there was also he also was able to hypnotize people.
Your great grandfather?
Yes, that he would hypnotize people. And the priest told him he needed to stop doing that. And that he was just sort of like into this sort of thing.
Right.
And he was, the tale was told that he was so handsome that, and I always thought this was about my grandfather on my dad's side, but it's, again, his dad was so handsome that when he rode his horse in town, the men would put their wives away.
Oh my God. That is so wonderful.
It's so funny because I always thought that, I always got the story confused, but my mom was like, his wife told that story, not him.
Of course. She's like, he's so handsome that men shove their wives in some cabinets when he comes by. That's it. That's so funny.
And I remember my grandfather, his son was very handsome. We saw a picture of him in World War II and we're like, Papa, you're hot. And he's like, don't talk about your papa that way. He got so upset. Like he had like a Ryan Gosling sort of thing going on.
Holy shit. Prove it. Let's see some pics.
I should find some pics of my grandfather when he was.
I want to see your hot grandfather.
He was, because he's real tall and striking eyes.
Ooh,
short curly hair.
Shit.
Hell Papa, Bruce. He didn't like that. He said, "No, don't do that. No,
don't. That's fair enough. Don't.
Anyway, so that is my update about that story. That it was actually
That's a good update,
and that he was. I don't know why he was dabbling. He was just dabbling. I was like, "What did he do when he hypnotized people?" And Dad was like, "I don't know. I think he did it as like a party trick."
Right.
But how strange, right?
That's so strange.
Yeah, because it would have been like late 1800s, early 1900s. So.
Okay.
What a strange.
Because, that was also a time when I feel people were, what's the word? Fascinated. Yeah, it fascinated with the spiritual world, and like, I feel hypnosis plays a part in that, of just like, ooh, we're having a seance party or whatever.
Yeah, because I think spiritualism, when was that popular? Like that was, I feel like that was like around that time.
I do too.
Yeah. 1840s through the 1920s.
Hell yeah, dude.
So that would have, he would have been like, born in the midst of that. So, anyway, so that was my update.
That's a good update.
Anyway, let's distract ourselves with spooky stories.
Woo!
Betsy, did I send you?
You sure did. Would you like me to read one?
Please.
Yes.
Do it.
This one's called The Man in the Doorway. Excuse me. Me. My voice is a little...
You got that morning voice.
I got that morning voice, dude. Okay.
like a boner in your throat.
I got a big old boner in my throat. All right, here we go. The man in the doorway.
Okay.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. First of all, I want to tell you, I want to let you know I love your podcast, and it keeps me sane during my exhilarating 8 to 5 job. I thoroughly enjoy hearing all the paranormal stories, and I'm relieved to know that I'm not the only person who's ever encountered a ghost. Ooh, thanks for listening. This story goes back to my childhood, and nearly 25 years later, I can still distinctly envision the details of what I saw. When I started kindergarten at 5 years old, my dad was one of the leasing managers for an apartment complex in Cincinnati, Ohio. We actually lived in the same complex where he had just started working. One night while I was sleeping, there was a really bad thunderstorm. The thunder was so loud it woke me up out of my sleep. I used to be terrified of storms as a kid, and this night didn't make it any better. After the thunder startled me, I remember sitting up in my bed and rubbing my eyes. When I looked over to the doorway, I saw a man standing there staring right at me.
No, you know.
To this day, I can recall every single detail of his outfit, hair color, and how freaking loud I screamed for my mom after I realized what I had just seen. He was a white man wearing a blue and white striped shirt, a jean jacket over the t-shirt, ripped blue jeans, white sneakers, and he had curly blonde hair and glasses. I'm horny.
Hot for this ghost.
Ghost, man. Looking back now, I don't remember sensing any menacing vibes. What the hell did I know at 5 years old? But what I do remember is being scared shitless. I bet.
Yeah.
I really saw a ghost. I screamed bloody murder, and my mom came barreling into my room. My dad scanned the entire apartment and said all the doors and windows were still locked up. Nothing looked out of place. To this day, I have no idea who this man was. My parents confirmed that no one passed away in the apartment either. What I can't get over is the color of his body. The only way I can describe it is that it looked like the fuzzy stations on the TV screen when the cable box isn't turned on.
Whoa.
A slightly bluish gray color and extremely staticky. Ever since then, as scared as I was, I've been fascinated with horror movies, ghost stories, Halloween, and everything in between. The experience almost left me more intrigued with the unknown. My boyfriend thinks I'm a crazy person because I enjoy scary stuff so much, but really he's just missing out on all the fun, LOL. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
It's so fun. Thanks for keeping up with the podcast even during a pandemic. You guys make me laugh so hard and keep me entertained for hours. Don't shit your pants, Whitney.
Whitney. That's
Whoa.
so strange. The fuzzy lines of it all.
And we've heard that a bunch.
Yes.
Where it's just like it was kind of like staticky TV.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh. Which is also like, why haven't we really? I mean, there's absolutely horror movies where I'm sure the ghost looks like that, but not to, not as much as I would think from hearing so many people describe it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, but
I guess it would look kind of goofy on screen.
Maybe it would look silly on screen, and also I mean, this could be, well, there's, who knows why it's not in horror films, but this sort of apparition may be sort of new.
Whoa.
Because we have so much electronics in all of our homes.
Whoa. It's a new way to manifest.
Yeah, even more so now when you think about the Wi-Fi in your home.
Whoa.
That is sending signals. That that's new. That's Wi-Fi is the last 15 years, 20 years.
Oh yeah. Holy shit.
So this could be a new a new way that ghosts are able to manifest themselves because of all of the electronics we have.
Right. Holy shit. That's cool, man.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
They're going to start manifesting as GIFs and memes.
Oh, they're going to meme the hell. They're going to roast us with memes.
Whoa. And like how wild of like I was 5 years old, but I remember everything perfectly. It's like, oh yeah, that gotcha. Like
yeah, that gotcha. Gotcha good.
Dude.
Also, like, you know, there's when we tell the story of these, like, not traumatic, but these very impactful moments, it like solidifies what it is. Like, and sometimes it can like change a little bit, but you like create this picture of what it was, and that is the story you tell.
Yes. Whoa.
But even like with my ghost story stuff, I can remember like the color of the sheets I had. I remember everything.
Yeah, because it was such a like, such an event in your life. You know, of like, whoa. I will remember this.
Yeah, this is sticking.
This is sticking to the old brain.
Yeah, it's gooed up in there.
It's gooed up in there. See you later, algebra. Here's a new thing.
Never needed you, never wanted you.
Yeah, those fucking liars. You get used to it all the time. Nuh-uh.
We're stupid as hell. Yeah. We've collectively gotten dumber. We're not using that.
No.
I have one that has multiple updates.
Oh, cool.
This one's called iPhone Notification.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Betsy and Marcy. I've always enjoyed your podcast, especially when Betsy says, ew, when a story gets scary.
Thank you.
I can tell by listening that you both have a lot of empathy towards your listeners. Oh,
thanks.
We try. Yeah. Oh, this is sad. 3 weeks ago, my husband James died unexpectedly. He was 35 years old. I'm not religious, so I find no comfort in believing in heaven or God, but I have a newfound appreciation and comfort in listening to a funny feeling.
Whoa.
Hearing stories of people who have received messages, signs from passed away loved ones gives me hope that James's spirit is still out there in some form. We were only married for 9 months, so we hadn't prepared for the worst to happen. You think you have so much time. After James passed away, I had a long list of stuff I needed to do. I made a list of some of the smaller things in my notes app on my phone and titled it James. The list didn't have any dates or times in it, just things like cable or a Nintendo subscription. As I completed something, I would erase the line until I finally was able to delete the whole note. The day after I deleted the note, I got a notification on my home screen of my phone. It was one of those Siri suggestions from the Notes app, and all it said was the word James. I went into my Notes app, and the note was in the recently deleted folder. I have never had my phone notify me of something in my notes, and it didn't make sense that it would notify me of a note that had been deleted. At the time, it freaked me out, so I permanently deleted the note and put my phone away. But now I think it was James saying hi.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Yeah. I didn't think anything. I didn't think I would have thought of anything of it if it wasn't for this podcast. Thank you for everything, Rachel.
Oh,
that is so weird. Like every now and then your phone will do something that you're like, you don't do this. Why?
Right. I've never heard of that, like a notification for notes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like it's like she was mentioning that if you had like a date attached to it, that possibly on that date it could, but she said that wasn't.
She didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally James.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry for your loss. That happened this year. Gosh, that's hard. Okay, so here's an update. Hello again. Here are some updates and a few more signs in my conversation with a medium.
Ooh.
I found a therapist after James died. Also, that's awesome.
That's
huge. So good.
That's huge.
Yeah. I hadn't been to one in a while, and I live in a new city, so I had to find someone new. My first appointment with her was before quarantine, and I saw her in person and of course talked a lot about James. Mm-hmm. When I got back into my car, I immediately found a 10-cent euro in my center console. James traveled to Europe a lot for work, so he would hold on to euros for when he would have to go back. I don't know how the Euro piece got into my car, and I don't remember seeing it there before. James loved cardinals. He always said they were a spirit animal and a good omen. Of course, I think of him now whenever I see one. One day I was walking my dogs in my neighborhood, and I started thinking about how I was a little bummed I hadn't seen a cardinal in a while. The second that I thought that thought crossed my mind, a cardinal flew in front of me and landed on a tree right in front of where I was walking.
Oh,
Yeah. I recently met up with my parents at a brewery near where I live. They had their patio open and a safe system in place for ordering and getting beer. You could hear the music station they were playing out on the patio. We picked up our burgers from a place nearby that was James's and my favorite burger place. I started eating my burger, and a new song came on over the speaker, and it was Let's Dance by David Bowie.
ooh, yeah.
With my mouth full of burger, I immediately started crying as a wave of emotions hit me. Let's Dance was our song. Oh, it would come up all the time. It would come up all the time in our time together, whether at a bar or on the radio or being covered by a band we were seeing. This one could easily just be a coincidence, but it all felt too perfect for me, eating our favorite burger and hearing our song. I'm grateful for listening to A Funny Feeling, for opening me up to the idea of a medium, so that when I heard about someone from a fellow widow, I had to give her a try.
Awesome.
I talked to her over the phone, and everything she said about James was spot on. She knew things that I said to him when we were unconscious in the hospital. When he was unconscious in the hospital, that I didn't even know if he could hear.
Oh my God.
She said there was someone else with me that died too young. She was talking about my Aunt Christy, who died at 36 when I was 6 years old. There's a lot more I can't remember at all. Good thing I recorded it. Since I spoke to her, I felt closer to James, and I really appreciate that I was able to get some peace of mind from her. It made me feel like the signs I've been seeing have been real, and that I will be with him again in whatever plane of existence there is after this. Thank you again, Rachel. Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's incredible.
Also,
Rachel, that's so rad that you're into taking these next steps of like, and it's really huge and
this
strong
is
and cool of you.
Yeah, this is spread out. The first one was sent in March, so that was 3 weeks after her husband died.
Oh my God.
And then the next one was sent in August.
Whoa.
And then this third one was sent in September.
Ooh, yes, cool.
Also, just coincidentally, it's all like in the early of each month. So like, just like, well, I don't know what that's significant of, but just I don't know, numbers, guys. All right,
numbers,
here's
man.
the third one that we have. Maybe not final though. We don't know.
Yeah.
So this one's just like, hi, I have another update. This email has kind of become a diary of sorts. This morning, I was getting out of my car and heading into work, and I grabbed my purse from the passenger seat. Sitting underneath it was a 10-cent Euro piece.
That's it. Oh my God. Chills, dude.
I know. After I found it the first time, I put it in my purse where it settled to the bottom and has hung out there ever since. Somehow it found its way out of my purse and onto the seat.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way it could have fallen out of my purse without everything else falling out as well. When I spoke to the medium, she told me that James likes to ride in the car with me. And I think he was reminding me that he was there. When I saw it, I said, "Thanks, James," and put it back in my purse. I remembered a couple of other things from conversations with the medium. First, she said that James was asking about his car and if I had sold it. His car has been a big pain in the ass for me since it was titled in a different state, which caused it to be in weird limbo. When I talked to the medium, I had finally gotten a copy of his title a few days before. It felt like he was worried about the stress it was causing me. The other thing I remembered was at the end, she said he was talking about pizza. And this made me start crying. James and I met while we were both working for the Nestle pizza division, and pizza was our favorite food. We never got sick of it. Thanks for letting me update you again, Rachel.
Keep it up, Rachel. Let us know.
Yeah. That's amazing.
This is incredible.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, so many signs, like him just going so out of his way, because who knows how hard that is, right?
Right.
To make sure that she knows that he's there.
Oh my God, that's so nice. And holy shit, man. It
really
is like
choking back the tears here too.
Yeah, right? It's hearing stuff like this, and all the other stories of like signs and from loved ones and stuff. It really is just like,
yeah, it's not all like scary, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, got a dab, Betsy.
Dab your eyes. Dab your eyes.
Dusty eyes.
Right, it's certainly dusty in here.
Man, Rachel, thank you for sending that.
Thank you so much. And keep us updated with more stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's also like this is a year where, I mean, obviously a lot of people have died because of COVID, but it was a year where like just like so many people, like it seemed like a lot of like, I don't know, souls left the earth this year.
Yeah.
And I heard of like different people in the spiritual world saying that like, you know, that there's like a mass like exiting because there's like some work that's got to be done. Right. And they're like needed.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. I don't know like all the ins and outs of like what that means, because I think even like mediums and psychics, like there's no way they can know how all this stuff functions. You know?
Yeah. Right. They're like, they get a little glimpse.
Yeah.
But there's so much happening.
Yeah, but just there's like a big shift going on in the world.
There is a huge necessary one. You know, like as shitty as it, that's what I've been trying to like kind of keep it of like, okay, this needs to happen, right? Like, for the sake of the earth and for the sake of humanity, like,
well, all changes, big changes come with a certain amount of pain.
Yeah.
Like whether it's like graduating high school,
right,
or like moving to like a new city, but or even like starting a new job, like that fear that comes with it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, those are just the ones I can think of personally. I'm sure if people have had like children or marriage, like there's an uncomfortableness that happse with all of that stuff.
But you come out of that and it's right. It's for the most part like, yes, okay, great. I'm coming out of this stronger and
also like I talk about in therapy all the time that like this idea of like good or bad is, it kind of like weighs us down. It's like sometimes, you know, you just have emotions and you feel things about stuff and it doesn't have to be bad. Like
I just on Wednesday with my therapist, we talked a lot about that of just because I'm very much like, I don't know what it is, but of just like, I have to either be one thing or the, like, I have to either be mad and so mad and 100% of my energy goes to that, or happy, so happy 100, where my therapist is like, no, it's okay to feel a bunch of different things.
Yeah. I always fight with my therapist about like being sad. I'm like, what does it help? And she's like, because it's in you. Like it's just there.
Right.
And like to try to transform it into anger is not like letting it sit with you in the way that it's in what it really is.
Right.
But I'm like, can I just be mad about it instead of sad?
That's a big thing I've been working on too. It's just like, it's okay to feel sad.
Yes.
Because I would get really mad at myself for feeling sad.
Yeah. And it's also like, I think that we don't let other people feel. We like talk them out of it. And And it's like, no, we have these. That's processing, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. What like, what word am I trying to think of? Touching and like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, touching's good.
Very special email
Yes.
from Rachel.
Yes.
Hey, everybody go to therapy if you can.
It works one.
And if you can't, let's work to change it so you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. On
Yeah.
every level.
Yeah. Whew.
Shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you did vote since this is that day that.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't do it after today. So if you're listening in the morning, you really gotta go.
You gotta run to the polls. Run to the polls.
Wear a diaper. Don't shit your pants.
Don't shit your pants, or hey, shit it into that diaper.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, let's hope that tomorrow is fucking rad.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, yeah! Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants!
That was a HeadGum podcast.